Hi there, to all my financial freedom seekers. This is Matt Ramey over at MoneyBuyRamey.com. Checking in with you here. It's Saturday, December 15th. I got to a coffee shop right when it opened at 6 a.m. One thing about myself is I don't always get up early, but when I do, I just love it. It's fantastic. I was one of only 3 people in here. I was able to get my coffee started. I was Skyping back and forth with a few people on my team. And yeah, it's just been a great Saturday morning so far. And what I wanted to get started here today was my DivTalk series. I'm trying to do DivTalk for all of you just to summarize up kind of a roundup of the week, maybe some stocks I'm looking at. So this is going to be a new series for all my readers and followers. So hopefully you enjoy it. All right, so to get started here, I'm going over here to look at the summary of what happened in the week. Looks like the Dow started right around the 24,360 mark. I showed that on December 10th, and it ended at 24,121. So it was down for the week. I know for a lot of people that watch their portfolios like a hawk. I mean, I check in on mine once a day. It actually might be too much, but it's one of those things where I do want to see how my portfolio is doing. It can be a little discouraging to say, oh my gosh, my stocks are down. That's crazy. But the beautiful part of the dividend investing strategy is I trust my initial analysis that the companies I'm investing in are solid companies at solid prices. And if they happen to go lower, like I might average down and just buy up some more shares and accumulate more ownership in various companies. So it's just a fantastic way to look at it to kind of help divorce me from the market fluctuations. As long as I'm getting dividends, as long as dividends aren't cut, I'm a happy camper. So overall market was down, which is always interesting to see, but I like to look at that as a stock on sale opportunity. So on this week, I actually added in a company in my portfolio. I've been waiting to check and see. I have a screener that I use that I haven't been finding values on. So what I did is I kind of changed my strategy around a little bit. I ended up looking just at a different spot. Basically, the spreadsheet where I gather my data from. It's from the Drip Resource Center. Just a fantastic place if you're going to check out there. They have their Dividend Champions spreadsheet. So I looked in there. One of the companies that kind of caught my attention was Spartan Nash. They're a company that owns a lot of different stores. One of them I know that I used to shop at was Econo Foods down in Northfield, Minnesota when I coached Carleton College basketball. And it's not, anything fancy. Grocery stores have been hit very hard. Everyone's worried about Amazon getting into the space, and they're just kind of wondering about the viability going forward. But the way I looked at it, I mean, this company was adequately priced. They serve the military branch, or they have a food distribution service. And so for myself, I still wanted more exposure to that food sector. I just think that's going to be huge in the years ahead, that people are always going to need to eat. World population is growing. And so that's something I just wanted to add into my portfolio. So I went ahead and I did that. And yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm going to see how that trends. Right now, it seems like there's a lot of analysts that were putting that on the upgrade, and I might do an analysis for you on that. It's kind of based on my strategy, but I did add that to my portfolio. I also received 2 increases in dividends. T increased its dividend from 2.51 cents from 50 cents. And Pfizer increased its dividend from 34 cents to 36 cents. And that increased my annual dividend income by right around $20. The way I look at that, I mean, that's something that as long as those companies keep paying that dividend, I get that on a yearly basis. I mean, it's paid out every quarter, but basically $20 extra a year, and hopefully in perpetuity. So that's something that I'll take. I love those increases, seeing that as a dividend investor. It makes my day, and it just allows me to say, hey, this strategy is working. I really enjoy it. Right now, my total dividend income is $2,852.50. Again, it might seem small right now, but I mean that covers right now 2 mortgage payments for me per year, and all those dividends are going they're going towards buying new shares in these awesome companies. And if the market keeps going down, I buy even more shares. It's kind of a form of dollar cost averaging. So my goal is to kind of let these stocks on drip just keep accumulating. And eventually I'm hoping to get to the point where, I hit 5K and then 10K, then 20, and then it just kind of keeps growing from there. So that's the objective. I still have a lot of capital to deploy. I'm looking for good opportunities. And that brings me to final part of my div talk here for today, for December 15th. Some stocks that I'm watching right now. 2 of them that have been on my screen are Budweiser and ExxonMobil. Budweiser is interesting in the fact that I think in depressions, like alcohol consumption can tend to go up, which, as somebody that's, I'm very into health. I look at that as maybe a rough trend, something that I don't like, but I just have to play the numbers. And Bud is definitely into a lot of different sectors. It's taken a hit with its InBev acquisition about maybe a couple years ago. I don't know the date off the top of my head, but they have a lot of debt. They recently cut their dividend, which kind of scares me, but they're still paying it out right now. Their stock is at 52-week lows or touching 52-week lows, so it might be a good opportunity to get in there. So that's one that I'm watching this week. Another one is ExxonMobil. I mean, they're kind of trading right around, I think, the $76 mark last time I checked. And again, that's just an interesting one. I'm not too bullish on the oil sector right now. I don't see it as necessarily a very long-term play. But, it'll be kind of interesting to see how this stock does. Maybe it is a good entry point. I don't have much oil in my sector or oil sector in my portfolio at this time. And again, for me, I'm always looking at, is there a way that I might be able to increase that, better diversify? So yeah, again, this is Matt Ramey over at moneybyramey.com. Just wanted to give you a quick dividend portfolio update. Hopefully you enjoy this. Feel free to comment below. Be sure to follow me on YouTube and my other social media channels, and look forward to connecting with you. Have a great Saturday. Talk to you later.